Wake up in the morning feeling like I have a good day. And all my homies wanna ride today. And all these mamas look fly today. And all we wanna do is get by today. Hey.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get this thing started. It's my kind of party.
Well.
Hey, it's July.
Hey, it's July. We made it, Logan. Welcome to July 1st, 2025. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Thank you so much for being here. What's on your mind, big guy?
Well, so you see my water bottle.
I see it.
It's new, not new to me, but new as in I don't use it, but it's old. So the question to you I have, how many water bottles you got at your house? Like Nalgene's, I'm talking reusable.
Yeah.
How many do you have, and how many do you actually use?
Okay, I like the question.
Yeah.
The answer to how many is too many.
Right.
Too many.
We cleaned out, we got a drawer. We cleaned it out like 2 months ago, and we probably threw out, I kid you not, 7 to 10.
And you feel bad about it, but you gotta do it.
And I threw them out. I'm like, I don't use them.
Yeah.
Or I have used them. Let me get rid of the old ones. But I opened my drawer this morning to get a water bottle. I'm like, how is it full already?
What are we acquiring new ones?
Yes. So anyway, I probably have 10
right
in my household. And my wife and I each use 2.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have your Old Faithful. You have your one that you use regularly. I feel like it's always one
That's what I'm
that
saying.
you use. And I would say I have between 7 and 10. You know, you and I do a lot of events. We're lucky enough for that. But like one of those free things that people give you, like Hydration's having a moment. People love their water.
Right.
Branded water bottles. We got them coming out of the yin yang. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't want to deter people from giving away water bottles because they are useful.
Yeah, I could go for a Nalgene too. My Nalgene was my Old Faithful forever. I lost it.
How'd that happen?
I have no clue.
Probably on a golf course somewhere.
Those Nalgenes, I could beat the brakes off of those Nalgenes. You could run you could run it over with a car, and the Nalgene just won't break.
Oh my God, it's wonderful. And Steven has this water bottle. It's not gonna be helpful because I don't know the brand, but we are amazed with its ability to keep beverages so cold for so long.
It's not a Yeti?
No, it's not a Yeti.
Stanley?
No, it's not like a brand.
Arctic?
No. It's. I'll text him and I'll report back because I hate to have
Polar?
Empty promises here.
I'm out of guesses.
Yeah. It's not a common brand, so we were really surprised by it. All right, so right now we are going to relive a moment from yesterday's show. We were trying to help out our listener Sarah, who was in a pickle, and if you missed it, here it is. Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We're Kira and Logan in the morning. You think you know someone, then all of a sudden they become a single sneezer person when they've always been.
Could be more.
Yeah.
It's tickling again.
There's never just one sneeze with you. There never is.
That was a good one, though. that was a sneeze worth 3 sneezes.
Oh, you think you got your business done in one?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, glad. All right. So, on to business, shall we? Beyond Logan sneezes. Our listener, Sarah, left us a voicemail on the 97.5 WOKQ app. Our girl needs a little bit of guidance. So, we're going to play you the voicemail she left for us and discuss it as a class. Here we go.
Happy almost July 4th. My in-laws want to come and stay with us on July, like the entire weekend. Thing is, we're newlyweds. We got married less than 6 months ago, but they paid for the entire wedding. So I'm just wondering, am I a jerk for saying that they can't stay with us that particular weekend? I feel bad, but also I don't want them there.
Okay.
Jerk.
A little bit, yeah.
It's just timing. It's just timing-wise.
July 4th is Friday.
No, I mean from the wedding.
Oh. Okay.
They're not indebted for forever, but at least just 1 year. One year, you're their little sucker.
You think so?
If they paid for a whole wedding,
yeah.
I mean, let's just throw an arbitrary number out there.
Okay.
Let's just say $25,000 to $35,000.
Nice wedding,
right?
Yeah.
Let's just throw about 20-ish grand. Someone did that. I think you're their sucker for a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fair. I didn't know that you'd have that take.
Year 2, 3? No.
But don't you think if you start hosting them now, you're setting the precedent that you will host them? Like it's hard to stop doing it once you've done it and they've come to expect it.
Yeah, I think you kind of make it, it's the wedding year. It's like, we're our family's together. Year 2 is when you start creating those boundaries. I don't think you create the boundaries right away. I think you're just like a blended, you're like a blend. Mm-hmm. Of everyone's little sucker for a year, and then year 2 you're like
little sucker.
So year two you're like, listen, his family, her family, or whatever the relationship is, right? His family, her family. Now we have our own family. Year 2 we have our own family. In-laws can stay in the hotel or whatever. I hear you about the precedent.
Something would have to change in the living. Like, you'd have to have a baby, or, do you know what I mean?
Why?
Like, you either have a guest room that they feel like they can stay in, or you don't. You can't be like, this guest room is still vacant. You stayed in it for a year, but now you can't.
Well, it's just for the July 4th weekend. And you just got married, and they just paid for it. So, yeah, you're a little sucker for a year.
You just keep saying it.
1 year being their little sucker, and then you set up the boundary. Hey,
okay.
We'd love to see you next 4th of July. Let's do it again. Here is the phone number for the Residence Inn up the hall, up the street.
Yeah.
The Fairfield Inn. I'll give you three copies, 3 locations.
I feel like there is a bit of nuance to it, and I hate to be this person because we only have the information that we have from Sarah, but I'm thinking, like, where do the in-laws live, right? Because if they live, like, on the other coast, say they live in California and they come once a year or something, then you can be expected to host them once a year.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll buy that.
And what is your spare bedroom situation? Do you have multiple spare bedrooms?
Are you forced to sleep on the couch? Are they taking your bed over?
Because that's a great excuse. I've done that. Oh, I wish, but we have the small apartment in Boston, and I just think you'd be more comfortable.
At a hotel.
At the Marriott.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Marriott.
Shout out to the Marriott. You got the points.
Come on, I'm a member.
Okay, so 603-749-0975. Is Sarah a jerk to not host her in-laws this 4th of July weekend, knowing that the in-laws fully funded her wedding, their wedding, that was less than 6 months ago? 603-749-0975. Very curious to know what you think. And I'd love to know how you set the precedent with if you host your in-laws or not. Do you agree with Logan that, that first year, if this is the circumstance, you are their little sucker and you are expected...
Little sucker.
It's more fun the more we say it for some reason. You're expected to host them, no questions asked, but then you can switch it up. 603-749-0975. Hosting your in-laws. What do you think about it? 97.5 WOKQ. Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Okay, so we're going to throw a little would you rather situation your way. This was born in Logan's brain, or not sure if you saw it on the social media.
I saw it somewhere on social media, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what is the question?
Here is the would you rather. Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything you do? Everything you do, you're 5 minutes late. Or would you rather be 30 minutes early to absolutely everything you do?
It's almost predictable how each of us are going to answer, but would you like to answer?
Yeah, so I obviously am choosing 30 minutes early. Kira?
So much time wasted.
And you are choosing? 5
minutes late.
And that is just a dangerous game. And let's talk about it, because I'm going to try to sway you.
Okay.
And maybe you can try to sway me.
Not going to happen, but I'd love to see you try.
5 minutes late to everything. Obviously the worst case scenario. Wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Funeral.
Yeah.
You can't be late to those things.
No, I know. It's not a great look, but...
what's it called? A baptism.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be walking into
the church. I know.
Mid-dunk.
Mid-dunkaroo. Well, the dunkaroo doesn't happen. There are always opening remarks. Things rarely start on time. And you bring up the absolute worst case scenarios, which... Yep. That is a thing. It's bad to be late to a wedding. Excuse me.
Come on, Froggy.
But, whatchamacallit, I think most things don't start on time.
Okay.
5 minutes is not so late that it's like disrespectful. You get a terrible reputation.
Yeah, I'm going to change your mind right now.
You know what I mean?
Surprise party.
I just think it's, that's a bad one too. That's a bad one too.
Right? She's coming at 6. You roll in at 6:05.
You miss the surprise. You hate to see it.
You could be walking in with the surprise
But think about being a half hour early.
It's tough.
That's so early.
Yeah, and the caveat is you have nothing to do. You just have to wait there.
You just have to stare at the sky.
And that stinks. You know, when you go to a party and you're the first one there and they're like still getting dressed and the host in the towel.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
People hate those people that show
worst.
up early before your house is ready. Oh, God, go take a lap around the neighborhood. What are you doing here?
It's valid.
You know?
I think the bads outweigh the goods here, and you have to go with early.
And I just think 5 minutes late is not... It's not ridiculously late. If you said a half hour late, if it was a half hour early, half hour late, I would really have to think about it. But it's easy for me. 5 minutes late, no big deal. Basically how I'm living currently.
Yeah, literally, you're not changing at all. Okay, so your turn.
Yes. What about you? Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything or a half hour early to absolutely everything? And this is personal because this is like actually how Logan and I operate in life.
Pretty much. Exactly.
603-749-0975. Would you rather 603-749-0975 be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything or a half hour early? Oh
Easy.
my God.
So easy.
What are you going to do? You can't even play on your phone. 603-749-0975. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We're Kira and Logan in the morning, and we're throwing a would you rather scenario your way. Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything? That is how Kira Alexandra Lou lives her life.
Alexandra?
Alexandra.
I don't know if I knew that.
You were today years old when you learned my middle name, or would you rather be a half hour early to absolutely everything, like our very own Logan Dana Sherwood? 603-749-0975. Whose team you on? WOKQ, who's this?
This is Cody again.
What's up, Cody? You just can't get enough of the Kira and Logan pie.
I'm just listening to you guys. I got through again, girlfriend.
Yeah, you did, boyfriend. Okay, so where are you at?
Currently Kennebunkport.
No, dog, where you at on this stance?
Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything or a half hour early?
I'm a half hour early kind of guy because I always think of like work, and if you're 5 minutes late every day, you're going to lose your job, and you can't make bread, you can't make butter.
Oh, honey. I've never heard that in my life.
Save this clip. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, let's be real here.
That's good. That's good.
I'm getting that saying on a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Well, thank you for dropping that knowledge and that logic on our show today.
Hey, it's just life, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, baby. Keep eating that butter.
Get that butter.
Absolutely. Gotta make that bread first, though.
Later, Cody. Have a good one.
Make good choices.
Thanks, we'll see ya.
Okay, 1 point for Logan, but
Let's
the
go.
morning is still young. 603-749-0975. If you'd like to cast your vote, that question one more time. Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything or a half hour early to absolutely everything? Think about how bored you'd be. 603-749-0975. Taking your calls on 97.5 WOKQ. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning, and we have a would you rather question that we're throwing your way. Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything or a half hour early to everything? 603-749-0975 is our number. Hello, you're on with Kira and Logan in the morning. Who's this?
My name is Thomas.
What's up, Thomas? Thank you for making time for us today.
No worries.
Would you rather be 5 minutes late or a half hour early to absolutely everything?
So the more I think about it, I'd rather be 30 minutes early, only because depending on certain situations, I'd rather have the extra time just to kind of, you know, like if I'm going for an interview or certain things like that, I'd rather have the extra time to, you know, prepare myself, prepare what I'm going to say, you know, kind of calm myself down so I'm not going in nervous or like with funerals and stuff like that. I know it sounds crazy, parties. I'd rather be early. It gives me time to kind of get myself, you know, settled, ready. When it happens is there, I'm ready to go. I'm not all nervous and fluttered.
Thomas brings up two really good points. The first being the interview.
Yeah, you're late to an interview, it's a bad look.
You're trying to get Gwen into daycares, right? Can you imagine showing up 5 minutes late to every interview? Homeschooling. That's what's going to happen to her.
Wow.
She's stuck. And then I like that you bring up the party. It's a good point. Maybe there's a fire appetizer, Kira. Maybe there's some poppers. And if you showing up 30 minutes late, maybe you're not getting any of the poppers.
I don't want to miss a popper.
That's what I figured.
And also, as someone who is 5 minutes late to most things, I just know that you're in a constant state of being flustered. You don't ever have that beat to calm yourself, calm your mind. You're going into absolutely every event like
high-strung.
Yeah, and that's not a good way to be.
No. And especially where I'm a first responder as well. you know, you can't really be 30 minutes late to a fire or any kind of emergency call. You got to be on time. So it's like...
Thomas, that's a great take, too.
Thank you for the work you do. Are you putting out fires?
I'm working on getting on a new department here, but I used to run in Maryland and Madbury, New Hampshire for a little while. But I used to put out fires and save the kitties and trees.
Love that, brother.
Oh, I love it.
Thanks so much for what you do, Thomas. We appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Be good, man. Nice guy.
Nice guy. Hello, you're on with Kira and Logan in the morning. What's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiff, would you rather be 5 minutes late or a half hour early to absolutely everything?
I'd have to say I'd rather be a half an hour early.
Why so?
Just because I hate being late. Being late just gives me this anxiety and gives me this ick, and I don't know. I'm not saying I'm never late, but I'd rather be early, I think.
You bring up a good point. Kira, this is an honest question. I have to ask my wife this, too. Do you feel anxious when you show up late to stuff? Like, I have that anxiety so deeply rooted.
Yeah, no, I know most people do. I don't have that.
It's so interesting. I can't even fathom not having it.
I know.
I wish I didn't.
It's a gift, guys.
That's crazy.
It's called being selfish.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Good answer, Tiff. Good logic. It's great to hear from you. Thanks for making time for us today.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Still taking your calls on 97.5 WOKQ.
It's the 97 baggage claim. But right now, I'm drunk on a plane.
Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning, and you've caught us in the middle of a would you rather scenario. And both are ways that Logan and I actually live our lives. Would you rather be 5 minutes late to absolutely everything, like myself, or would you rather be a half hour early to absolutely everything? 603-749-0975 is our number if you'd like to chime in. Hello, you're on with Kira and Logan in the morning.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, is this John?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Sir. Sucker.
I got masculine energy, I know. So, would you...
No, just the way I talk, and my apologies.
No, I appreciate the respect. So, would you rather be 5 minutes late or a half hour early to absolutely everything?
You want the truth? Do you want the truth?
Yeah, we want the truth.
Yeah, what?
I'm usually an hour early to everything.
Okay. Whoa.
So that's a little too much, no?
No. The way I was brought up is the way my parents were always an hour early for everything, so we could help them. Like a wedding or something, we could help them do final touch-ups or whatever.
John, what's the craziest thing you've been an hour early to? Like something you were too early to be at, and it was like you were too early. Like it was uncomfortable.
People wanted you to leave and come back.
My cousin's wedding.
Were you like, I'll help set up? And they were like, no, we need you to leave.
I am like, hey, I'm more happy to help you guys set up.
So there's a line.
There's a line.
Right? There's a line. And this becomes, thanks for calling in, John. I don't mean to be insulting here. But, like, there's a line between showing up early and showing up in a burdensome manner.
Correct.
And an hour before a wedding seems slightly burdensome.
Well, like I said, my parents always made us an hour early no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dare I ask, how early are you showing up at the airport?
I'd probably show up if it's for 6 o'clock flight. I'd probably show up for 4:30, 5 o'clock.
All right, so normal flight times. So you're just an hour early for everything, flights included.
Oh, okay. I thought that would be adjusted, and he'd be like 3 hours early.
Me thought
so too.
Goodbye.
Good to hear from you, John. Thanks for making us a part of your day.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, and the time is now. We are about to play Can't Beat Kira for a pair of tickets to see Dierks Bentley and Zach Top is opening 603-749-0975. If you'd like to play, we play in less than 10 on 97.5 WOKQ.
Think you've got what it takes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see. It's time to play Can't Beat Kira on 97.5 WOKQ.
Welcome, Sam.
Hey.
Hey, so we choose you to play Can't Beat Kira this morning for Dierks Bentley tickets. Are you a Dierks Bentley fan?
I am. My wife is as well.
Love that.
So you're really playing for the wife. I can already tell in the
Yeah,
tone.
I really am.
Okay. All right.
No pressure. Don't let her down, though.
Sam, we start by kicking Kira out of here. Please do so.
All right, Kira, could you please leave?
Yes, good manners. All right.
So polite.
Polite.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, Sam. She is leaving. She is gone. Are you ready to start?
I think so.
Question number 1. This artist has hit songs like Get Your Freak On, 1-2 Step, and Work It. Her nickname is Misdemeanor, but her legal name is Melissa Arnett Elliott. What is her stage name?
Is it Missy Elliott?
Question number 2. What color hair does the Joker have?
Green?
Question number 3. Charlie Harper, Alan Harper, and Jake Harper make up what hilarious sitcom that started in 2003?
I think that's 2.5 Men.
Damn. Sam, I just waved Kira in here. That was one of the fastest and most confident rounds I've ever had.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I bet you do feel pretty good.
That was a quickie.
That was. He was confident.
Quick and confident. We like that in a man.
Well, that's the second part, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm rethinking it.
Thought so. What do I know? Question 1 for you.
Mm-hmm.
This artist has hit songs like Get Your Freak On, 1-2 Step, and Work It. Her nickname is Misdemeanor, but her legal name is Melissa Arnett.
Oh, giving us the legal name. I didn't know that.
Who is it?
Missy Elliott.
That is correct. Great job. You said it. Sam said it. 1-1. Question 2. What color hair does the Joker have?
Green.
Green is correct.
For some reason, I was like, is it half one, half the other? But no. It's Harley Quinn.
Great job. 2-2, because Sam got that right also.
Nice job,
final
Sam.
Question. Charlie Harper, Alan Harper, and Jake Harper. Oh, you're smiling because you think you already know.
Mm-hmm.
Make up what hilarious sitcom?
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. Where did that go? Well, that probably went down the toilet bowl with Charlie Sheen's. Just
they tried to keep it alive with Ashton Kutcher. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
We digress. You got it right. Sam got it right. 3-3. Sam, we need what's called the phrase of shame. Are you familiar?
I am. I'm Sam from Northwood, and I cannot beat Kira.
As if it mattered.
Doesn't matter. You got 3 questions right. There's no way we're not Sam.
Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning. Are you ready for a brand new episode of Second Date Update? I really hope that you're nodding your head yes, because it's about to happen. Okay, here we go.
So you went out on a date, and it felt really right. Should have locked that thing down. Now they're nowhere inside. Was it what you said? You were left on red. It's not fair, it just ain't right. Yeah, you want a second date. Kira and Logan are here to help you, that's right.
Okay, it is time for Second Date Update, brought to you by New England Furniture on Route 11 in Farmington. Griff is on the line. Welcome to the show, Griff.
Hey, God, thank you so much. I love you guys. Kira and Logan in the morning. Baby, I made it.
Good energy, dog. I love the way you just came onto our show.
Oh, I've been wanting to get on this show for, I don't even know how long, but here we are. Okay.
For this reason?
Yeah, probably this isn't the reason you want to be on the show, right?
Well, it's not the best situation, but like I said, I'm hoping that you guys can give me a little maybe clarity or assistance. I don't know.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. So basically, me and I don't know if I should name her, but let's call her.
No, name her. Name her. You can name her name.
Lillian. Lil, I call her. Anyway, Lil and I, we've been seeing each other kind of low key for a long time because we work together.
Okay.
Technically.
Yeah, that's why you didn't want to name her, probably.
Yeah. So we've been working together for a while, and there's been flirting off and on for as long as we've worked together. She's not my boss, okay, but she is a manager. I'm not a manager.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little bit of a different level of authority. Recently, we finally hooked up.
Okay.
Bless up.
You talk to us about that. How'd it go?
Oh, it was great. We were out in Manchester and wound up running into each other. At the time, we were both dating other people, but neither of them were like associated with our workplace. So it was kind of a safe, we were out of town. It was a safe, secret kind of thing. We hung out, and then we had a DTR or whatever you want to call it. We talked about our feelings, and then a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell, but there might have been some kissing.
Gotcha.
A little bit more than kissing.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Anyway, since then, she's told me that she wants to be with me, but he can't because he's a manager. So, I quit.
You quit?
So you could be with her?
Yeah, I quit. This just happened. I quit my job. I don't even know if she knows about it, honestly, but she said that that's kind of the big thing preventing us from being together. And I figured, you know what? I can get another job. It's not a big deal. So I quit.
Yeesh.
And she doesn't know. So wait a minute. Are we breaking the damn news to her?
Well, I don't know. I've tried calling her. I've tried to meet up with her, and she's kind of holding me at arm's length ever since everything happened that night.
She's fearful that she's going to lose her job?
I think so, yeah.
I get it. And so you think by quitting, that takes that situation away?
Well, I'm hoping that solves the problem.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one.
I'm about to drop a bomb.
Yeah, and it could be a good one. It could be like, oh, wow, thank you for doing this
now
for me.
we can be together.
And that's what you're hoping for. I mean, right, Griff? Like, that's the ultimate plan.
I wouldn't have quit my job unless I was serious. You know?
Sure.
Yeah, and that is a serious move to be unemployed.
Right.
I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling anxious about how this is all going to unfold. But I think we got to get to work. We got to get hold of Lil.
Yep.
And see what's going on here.
If you guys can do that, that would be awesome.
It feels so much more than a second date at this point, but
this is a life update.
This is a life update.
I really care about her.
But if she hears the news that you quit and that's all that was holding her back from being with you, and she wants to pursue this and go on another date with you, the first of probably many, we will pay for that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, get her on the line. Let's see what's going on.
Let's see what's going on. All right, Griff, stay on hold. We'll figure it out from here, okay?
Okay.
Second date update and number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ.
Oh, yeah. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning. And if you love second date update, you are right on time for part 2. And that's when the action goes down. Let's go.
All right, we did it. We were able to track down Lillian, or Lil, as Griff calls her. Lillian, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah. I know you're hesitant, and thank you for coming on the air for second date update. We heard a little bit about the situation with Griff. What's going on?
Yeah, you had no business sharing this on the radio, so I don't really get why I'm here. I don't.
No doubt. So, Lil, we didn't share this with you, but Griff just shared this with us. And you know what? We're going to do what we don't normally do on Second Date Update, which is tell you right away, Griffin's on the other line. And we're going to break the news for him to you, which is that he quit wherever you guys work. So we're going to let you two kind of talk about that. I know that was holding you back from starting a relationship. Griff, come on in.
Hey, Lil.
Hey, why would you do that?
What do you mean, why would I do that?
Why would you quit your job?
I did it for you, Lil. I did it for us.
Okay.
Okay. You not, okay. Was I imagining the other night? Like,
just because you quit doesn't automatically make us dating. I don't know what you're thinking.
What are you talking about, Lillian? You said that was the only thing standing in between us being together. Don't beat around the bush like this. We've been doing this for years, okay? And we finally talk about everything. And that night was, that was an amazing night. And you said you would love to be with me.
You don't have to talk about that with everyone. Listen, I didn't tell you to quit your job. I would never ask you to quit your job. Like, that's just...
Obviously you didn't ask me to do it.
I don't want to be with someone who's unemployed, though. I mean, that's kind of where we are right now, too. Like, this just makes it so much, this is weird.
Okay. So you're kind of moving the goalposts. I never would want you to quit your job. Well, it's not like there's not jobs. I can get another job.
Okay.
I've got interviews lined up this week. Like, I didn't do it, like, without thinking about the future. I did it for the future, Lillian. I thought we had a future. That's why I quit. Like, this kind of takes the whole complication off the table. We can be together now.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. That was like, now you're unemployed. It makes it less, you're not as attractive without a job, right? I don't really want to be involved with
Lillian, you were doing this for the thrill, weren't you?
Look, we hooked up. Doing what? Like, we hooked up. I don't think it was that big of a thing.
I'm sorry. Is that all it was to you?
Okay.
Was it just a hookup?
I'm just not. I'm not interested in you in that way.
Okay. Okay. I get it. It's fine. I misread it. It's fine. I got it. You're not interested. It was a thing. It was a flame. That's cool. That's fine. Can you do me a favor? Do you think you can get my job back? Like, I get it. I'm not trying to, I don't need another date with you. I get it. You're not that interested.
Okay.
Do you think you can get my job back?
I don't want to do this right now on the radio. Can we not talk about this right now on the radio?
Yeah, it sounds like you should take this offline, guys. Because bottom line, Lillian, you're not interested in the second date, right?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
So that's where our involvement ends.
Yes, exactly. So we will let you two take the interview for, I guess, the job getting back to Griff. Well, you guys take that offline. How's that sound?
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Yep.
Take it to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
If you live for the cringiness, the awkwardness that is Second Date Update, you want to re-listen to them or share them with a pal or a loved one, we just want to remind you that they are available on our podcast, which is published every single day. Just search Kira and Logan in the Morning wherever you listen to podcasts. 97.5 WOKQ.
Hanging out on a living room couch, blowing that smoke on Saturday night. A little messed up, but we're all right.
Hey, number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We're Kira and Logan in the Morning. How art thou? So we are approaching the busiest weekend of the year for the emergency room, right behind Thanksgiving.
Oh, this is true?
This is true.
Oh, all right.
According to the internet. And you can't just put anything on the internet. It has to be true.
Yeah, definitely.
Amateurs decide to play around with explosives in their backyard and they lose a few fingers about it. Or it could be like a grill emergency. People get really ambitious with their grills for the 4th of July.
Yep.
All in the name of America. So that is why Logan and I want to open up our phone lines and hear from you about the 4th of July injuries you have experienced. Or perhaps it wasn't you, but it was someone in your crew and you had to drive them to the emergency room. Or
there's more.
You're a medical professional and you've seen some real doozies.
You've seen a lack of a finger or a hand.
Yes, it's so funny that I knew that we were going to be talking about this today because Logan and I talked about it yesterday. And I'm scrolling Instagram this morning and it said, so many people in America today are experiencing one of their last days with 10 fingers and they don't even know it.
It's terrible.
I know. Feels wrong making light of such things.
But that you kind of have to.
You do. Because it's a self-inflicted loss of finger.
I had a 4th of July where it was my cousin. Shout out Cam and Jay.
Cam and Jay.
So we were having a bonfire and the drinks were flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point we're lighting off fireworks and a firework knocks over. I think it was my cousin Barry. Knocks over the fireworks. Directly shoots under my Jeep. My heart sunk into my stomach.
Yikes.
I had never felt so ill in my life.
Yeah.
I was like, this car is going to
combust.
Explode.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it didn't. But there were fireworks.
I know because you drove it to work today.
No, it was my old Jeep.
Oh, your old Jeep.
There are fireworks going under my Jeep, and I just thought the whole neighborhood was going to blow up.
Yeah.
That would have been a terrible emergency room.
That would have been terrible. Yeah, and I imagine that feeling of seeing the fireworks under your car. It was just like, no!
Because it's just trapped between the damn car and the damn road.
Yes, I got one for you. So, I was saying people get ambitious with their grills on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
A few years ago, Steven's dad decided to do a suckling pig, like a small pig on the grill.
Like a pig roast.
Yeah, rotisserie.
Yes.
You know. Really sad. But anyways, I did eat it. Delicious.
Sure, yeah, that was still great.
And all the there was like a full grease fire with the grill. And, the piggy didn't survive.
Oh, you didn't even get to eat it?
No, it was ruined from the grease fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
was it enormous flames? I'm picturing enormous. Like 5
enormous
flames.
Yeah, it was like, well, we were almost like, do we have to get out the extinguisher? And
you didn't?
No.
Hey, what do you do in that? Do you just close the grill, turn everything off?
They were stifling the flames with various things.
Stifling.
You like that word?
Yeah.
You didn't expect me to say stifling.
The visual was good.
Okay, your turn. What happened? What kind of snafu or injury occurred on the 4th of July? Firework related, grill related. We want to hear them all. 603-749-0975. That's our number. 603-749. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning, and I love getting messages on our 97.5 WOKQ app. And this one really warms my heart. Not sure if you saw it yet, Logan. I'm going to read it to the class.
Let's go.
So this is from Nance in Dover, and it's regarding our topic from last hour. Would you rather be a half hour early to absolutely everything or 5 minutes late?
What did Nance have to say about that?
I'll tell you what Nance said, Logan. I'm a half an hour early girl. I've always been told by employers to account for traffic. To occupy the time, I play games on my phone, take a little cat nap, and get an extra half hour of Kira and Logan in the morning. Smiley face.
Oh, Nance.
I know. Did it make you feel warm and
Heart
fuzzy?
feels warm. Heart feels warm today.
I got the tingles. You got the tingles?
Sure.
All right. So we are about to give away Dierks Bentley tickets. Those will give you the tingles. And Zach Top is opening. What a star-studded event. If you'd like to go, give us a call at 603-749-0975. We are playing Can't Beat Kira to give away these Dierks Bentley tickets. And when I say hot ticket, I mean it. Hot ticket.
Way down, some old back road. Keep going down.
Think you've got what it takes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see.
3, 2, ready, set, here we go.
It's time to play Can't Beat Kira on 97.5 WOKQ.
Greetings, Jessica. You're on with Kira and Logan.
Good morning. How are you?
We are well.
Very well.
But it's more about you. What's going on in that department?
Oh, driving to work.
Are you working a full week?
No, we have Friday off.
Nice. What about Thursday? Are you sneaking out Thursday early?
Half day?
Tell the truth.
So I have to be there.
All right. Well, you just give us, at the end of this, give us the boss's digits. We'll see what we can do. In the meantime, kick Kira out of here, will you?
All right, Kira, I'm sorry about it. You gotta go.
Oh, don't be sorry. See you later.
She expected it.
Yeah. All right. See you after.
See ya.
All right. She's leaving. We can start. Here we go. Jessica, question 1. In the United States, only one state completely bans all consumer fireworks. Do you know what state it is? And I have multiple choice.
Multiple choice, please.
Okay. Massachusetts, Vermont, or New York?
I'm going to say New York.
New York. New York. Question number 2.
Right either, though.
This is also multiple choice. The Ocean Gate submersible that imploded during a dive to the Titanic wreck was named what? Was it Timothy the Great? Was it the Titan? Or was it Iron Man 2?
I think it was the Titan.
Alrighty, question number 3. Dierks Bentley has a song called 515 what?
5150.
Alright, Kira is coming back in. She won't look at me. Hello? Alright, I got her attention. She's coming back.
All right.
Jessica, are we windows down or AC kind of people?
On the highway, windows up. When I'm off the highway, windows down.
That's well said. Well said. Kira's back in the room. What's up?
What's goody, friends?
You ready to start?
Yeah.
Let's go. Question 1.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Really good
nice.
sportsmanship.
Yeah, that was really nice. Not everyone does that. Literally no one.
Brown noser. Question 1. In the United States, only one state completely bans all consumer fireworks. Is it Massachusetts, Vermont, or New York?
Sounds like a Massachusetts thing to do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is correct. Kira says Massachusetts. Jessica said New York.
Oh.
Question 2. The Ocean Gate submersible that imploded during a dive to the Titanic wreck was named Timothy the Great, the Titan, or Iron Man 2?
Timothy the Great.
Yeah, you fell for my silly little games.
I've always fallen for your games.
The answer is the Titan.
Oh, what'd Jess say?
The Titan.
Oh, good job. You knew that?
Thank you. No clue.
No.
I just figured Titanic, the Titan, we're going to go with it.
I know, it felt too obvious for me.
Timothy the Great. Wow, what a sucker.
I'm a sucker, yeah.
1-1. Question number 3. You'll get this in a heartbeat. Dierks Bentley has a song called 515 what?
Oh.
Oh is
Somebody
correct.
call him a po-po.
Kira got it. Just...
Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We're Kira and Logan in the morning. So last night, we took baby Gwen to the playground, new playground in Exeter. It is fire. Side note.
I've heard about it.
It is really nice.
It's the new Planet Hollywood or Pluto or...
Planet Playground.
Planet Playground.
Planet Hollywood.
Whatever. Yeah. It's the new planet. Yeah, they got rid of the wooden one.
Yeah, the wooden one was getting a little rickety, a little rough. So this one is really cool. But it's plasticky, so it has that plasticky smell. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's still a really good time. And it's always popping because there's a lot of hype around it.
Yeah.
So we're there, me, Steven, Gwen, and then we met up with our friends, Annie, Tom, and their son, Raphael. And they're like, we're all hanging out. And Rafa's up on the slide, and he's like, Annie, Annie to his mom. Like,
how old is this kid?
Gwen's age, not even 2.
Okay.
And she's like, no, mama. She's I can't get him to stop calling me Annie, because Tom calls her Annie. And so,
does she mind, or she think it's cute?
No, she's like, no, mama. She doesn't want him to call her Annie, which I get. Then it made me think of you, Logan, because and I have a few friends that address their parents by their first name. If Logan's talking about his parents, it's always Vicky and Dave. Always Vicky and Dave. I've never heard him. Well, maybe he'll be like, my mom.
Well, I'd say always do Vicky. My dad, if I do it in context like that, I suppose I'll say Dave. But I call my dad.
Or Papa Wood.
Yeah, or Papa Wood. Yep.
Yeah. But Vicky's always Vicky.
Always Vicky. To her face, to when I'm talking about her. Yeah, it's Papa Wood and Vicky. I don't know. I have been calling my mom by her first name for as long as I can remember.
Was there a time when you started calling her that she was like, please don't call me that. Yeah, I am your mom?
I actually don't think so. I mean, I should probably try to get her on the line. I don't remember her ever being like, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Because she was the cool mom. Yeah. And I honestly think that that's kind of why I started. I think that I was pretty close with my mom, like when I was young. Like my mom and I were like really good friends, and as I matured, like my dad and I became better friends. And then now that my dad doesn't drink, my mom and I are just the best of friends.
So, I've seen it. It's very tender.
It's just a matter of I don't know. Yeah, I've just been always calling her Vicky. My grandmother hated it. My aunts, for a while, they were like, "That's so disrespectful."
People feel some type of way about it.
If she didn't care enough, or maybe so many other people cared and my mom did, and I was like, this is cool, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
And maybe Kyla always called her mom. I don't know that for a fact, but always. Like she had a kid that called her mom, and then you called her Vicky. It was kind of your thing.
I actually think that she felt like young about it. I don't know if that's true or not. I could just be making stuff up like some other people do in the world.
I don't really think I deserve that. I don't think I deserve that. No, but I thought we were having a good day.
But I genuinely think that if she felt a little bit younger about it. I could be making that up.
Yeah, like you hear people when they become a grandma, they're like, I can't be a grandma. That's an old thing, and they find a fun, flirty name, like Gigi.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Vicky.
Exactly. So I guess our question is, if you do call your parents by their first name, what age did you start doing that? Was there pushback from them from it? Or do you think it's disrespectful? Do you think you should always call your parents mom and dad? Do you have a strong feeling about that? I know some people have strong feelings.
I hope there's a kid in the car calling their parents by the first name right now. I just want to talk to them.
Well, Annie didn't stand for it. She said, no, Rafa, I am your mama, and you will address me as such.
He's 2. That checks out.
Yeah. 603-749-0975. Curious to know how you feel about calling your parents by their first name.
Yes, sir. Pour me a drink. I'm on it, buddy. Pour me a drink.
Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning. So if you're just joining us, I was talking about how I was at the playground yesterday with my friends Annie, Tom, and their son Rafa, who's almost 2. And Rafa was trying to get his mom's attention. On the slide, he wanted to push, and he said, Annie. And she was like, I can't get him to stop calling me Annie, because he hears, his dad call her Annie. She's like, it's mama, trying to, correct that. And I thought about Logan, how he refers to at least his mom by her first name, Vicky.
Always, since at least middle school. At least.
Yeah, and I couldn't help but wonder, is there an age where your mom stops being your mom and starts to be your peer, and it's okay to call her by her first name? Or should you always be calling your mom, no matter how old you are? 603-749-0975 is our number. Hello, Caitlin. You're on with Kira and Logan in the morning. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Did you want to chime in on calling your parents by their first name?
I would love that.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
So I still call my parents mom and dad. Sometimes I'll use their first name if I really need to get their attention and they're not listening. But for me, I'm in my 30s. It's a sign of respect. I definitely, in high school, would push the limit sometimes and get the look of try that again and then follow it up with mom or dad.
So they didn't love it when you would try that in high school?
No.
Caitlin, Kira, I have a question for both of you. Mm-hmm. I despise when people say mom and dad about their parents and I don't know them. How do you feel about that? So, for example, my sister was here. She does this all the time. If my sister was here talking to Kira about my mom, Vicky, and Dave, she would say, so mom and dad did this last night.
They're not my mom and dad.
Correct?
It's weird.
A lot of people do it. It drives me freaking bananas.
Yeah, no, if I were to talk about my mother or my father, I feel like I'd put the my in front.
Well said.
Signify who I'm referring to. Unless I knew you really, really well, like with my best friend, sometimes I'll say, oh my gosh, mom did this the other day, or dad did this, and she knows who I'm talking about, but not to...
Yeah, you're one of those, Caitlin. Don't try to hide it, Caitlin. You are one of those.
I know, she's sliding into that territory a little bit.
She is.
I like to ride the fence again.
I like it. Well, thanks for weighing in on this topic and for listening to us in the morning. We sure appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's the best part of my commute.
Oh, thanks for saying that, Caitlin. Have the best day ever.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Make good choices.
Yeah. You too.
Okay, we're still taking your calls on this if you want to chime in. 603-749-0975. How do you feel about addressing your parents by their first name? Disrespectful, or is it...
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning. And we're curious how you feel about addressing your own parents by their first name. Do you feel like when you reach a certain age, you can do that because your parents are more your peers than your parents at that point? Or should they always just remain mom and dad? 603-749-0975 is our number if you want to chime in. Hey, welcome to Kira and Logan in the morning. Who are we speaking with?
This is Travis.
Travis, what are your thoughts?
I will tell you right now, I'm 48 years old, and ever since I could talk, my mom has been my mom and my dad has been my dad. No first names.
How do you think they would feel if you addressed them by their first name?
Well, now, after so long, probably a little shocked.
Yep. Travis, do you have kids of your own?
Yes, I do.
How would you feel if one of them started calling you Travis?
My kids, personally?
Yeah.
It's, nowadays, you really can't control the kids, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
What they do, it's kind of a fine line between discipline and freedom. But back when I was growing up, that was mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
My kids now, they still call me dad.
Yep.
And my married into kids, they go back and forth.
So I think that, well, for me right now, I'm still new to the mom gig. And when I hear Gwen call me mama, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm someone's mama. Like, it's so special that she calls me that.
Sure.
And I'm soaking that up. But that's not to say that when she's 20 and in college, if we're like, homegirls and she wants to call me Kira, I think I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
At a certain point. Right now, I'm soaking up the moms. But down the line.
Oh, yeah. It brings a warmth.
It does, doesn't it?
That's nice, Travis.
It lets you know that, other people would take it. It lets you know that you're still loved a little bit.
You know what the first name helps with, though? Is the transition from like high school beyond for peers friends for peers. So for example, I referred to my mom as Vicky for my entire pretty much life. And so during high school, my friends referred to my mom as Vicky. After high school, when they were becoming adults, it wasn't, hi, Mrs. Sherwood.
Right, that's always a weird transition.
It's so awkward. I saw someone the other month, and I was like, hello, Mrs. Whatever it was. And she was like, please don't ever do that again.
And you're like, well, I don't know what to call you.
Right. So the first thing, you got to transition eventually.
That's such a good point.
That is a good transition time. Because I feel right now when one of my children's friends call me Mr. Benson, I'm like, excuse me. Calling me Mr. is like putting an elevator in an outhouse. It don't belong.
Right. That's a crazy analogy.
What an awesome
what
saying.
I mean?
Yeah.
It just, that makes me feel older than what I am. And I'm not ready to accept that yet.
Right.
It's
like putting an escalator underground.
Didn't work as well.
I tried.
Travis, great to hear from you. Thanks for making time for us today.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a good day.
Cheers,
I love
pal. You
listening
too.
to you.
Later.
All right, later.
Okay, we're still taking your calls on this. If you have thoughts, feelings, comments, concerns, 603-749-0975 is our number on 97.5 WOKQ.
Wouldn't paint me as a heartbreaker, but I've said a few goodbyes. I'd make a promise, but I know later I'm bound to change my mind. Depending on the weather I'm going, and hell, baby, nobody knows when. Yeah, if it was a different time, might have been different in a different life. Maybe that plane wouldn't ever take off. Maybe that dust wouldn't fly the drop. Maybe that tumbleweed in me wouldn't leave every other sunrise. Maybe I'd settle down, digging some roots, find me a farmhouse, find me you. Maybe I wouldn't be already gone again if it weren't for the wind. I wouldn't stay wondering what's out there. I wouldn't saddle up on the breeze. I wouldn't disappear out of thin air. I could put down these wings. Maybe that plane wouldn't ever take off. Maybe that dust wouldn't fly the drop. Maybe that tumbleweed in me wouldn't leave every other sunrise. Maybe I'd settle down, digging some roots, find me a farmhouse, find me you. Maybe I wouldn't be already gone again if it weren't for the wind blowing, carrying me to the wide open, white lines rolling and the tires smoking. It wouldn't be the rear view I'm looking in if it weren't for the wind. If it weren't for the wind. Maybe that plane wouldn't ever take off. Maybe that dust wouldn't fly the drop. Maybe that tumbleweed in me wouldn't leave every other sunrise. Maybe I'd settle down, digging some roots, find me a farmhouse, find me you. Maybe I wouldn't be already gone again if it weren't for the wind blowing, carrying me to the wide open, white lines rolling and the tires smoking. It wouldn't be the rear view I'm looking in if it weren't for the wind. If it weren't for the wind.
We don't want to brag, but we will. Listen to New Hampshire's award-winning morning show, Kira and Logan in the Morning, and Country Radio Hall of Famer Ginny Rogers while you work. She's my favorite. Only on 97.5 WOKQ.
Somebody truck in a farmer's field, a no trespass sign, and time to kill. Nobody's gonna get hurt, so what's the big deal? Somebody truck in a farmer's field, and somebody beer sitting on ice after a long hard day. Makes it taste just right on that dry tailgate on a summer night. There's something about beer sitting on ice, and there's something about a girl in a red sundress with an ice cold beer pressed against her lips. And that farmer's field will make a boy miss. Something about a girl in a red sundress, and there's something about a kiss that's gonna lead to more on that dry tailgate back behind the corn. The most natural thing you ever felt gonna lead to more. And there's something about a truck and a field and a girl in a red sundress with a nice cold beer to her lips, begging for another kiss. And there's something about you and me and the birds and the bees and Lord have mercy, it's a beautiful thing. Ain't nothing about it, love. There's something about a truck. There's something about a creek around 2 a.m. After a few of those beers, you wanna dive on in. You don't need no clothes to just hang 'em on a limb. There's something about a creek around 2 a.m. And there's something about a truck and a field and a girl in a red sundress with a nice cold beer to her lips, begging for another kiss. And there's something about you and me and the birds and the bees and Lord have mercy, it's a beautiful thing. Ain't nothing about it, love. There's something about a drug. Ain't nothing about it, love. There's something about a drug.
Best part of that song, underrated, when he goes, huh. It's the best. Why don't more songs have that?
I don't know.
Just a random grunt.
But it's been done before.
It's been done before?
Yeah. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah! That's true. Oh, that felt good. Yeah. Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. We were talking about addressing your parents by their first name. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you get to a certain age where it's like, yeah, your parents are more of your peers, so you don't have to call them mom and dad anymore? Or should you always call them mom and dad? 603-749-0975. That's our number. Hello. You're on with Kira and Logan in the morning. Who's this?
Hello, this is Nikki.
Nikki.
What's up, Nikki?
Greetings, Earthling.
Good morning. I can't believe you guys actually answered.
Yeah, we're a live radio show, so we're here.
Well, I was calling in because, my mom's been gone for a very long time now, but when we were teenagers, we would once in a while call her by her name, which was Frankie, and she shrugged it off, very easygoing, but it never really stuck. I think both of my parents adopted their grandparent names for Nani and Papa, and today I would just never consider calling my father by his real name. I can't even imagine.
It is interesting that your name kind of changes in your stage of life. Like, I remember in high school, my dad called my mother Madre for years and years and years.
I'm loving that.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
And now she's not Madre, even though she's still your Madre.
Actually, every now and then you'll hear her go Madre. But then you're right. Like, we start, let's say if I had a grandchild, maybe he starts calling her Mimi or Meme or Mama, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, exactly. And then other people start adapting to that as well. For my dad, we all just call him Papa now, or as he's best known, Papa T. Even other
Papa
people
T?
that meet him, they call him that. So yeah, shout out to Papa T this morning.
Shout out to Papa T.
A legend.
Yeah, an icon.
An absolute legend. Well, I love it. We love talking to you, Nikki. Thank you for calling us. And now you know that we pick up, so call anytime.
Yeah, let people know we're real people.
Yeah, we are.
I sure will. You guys have a wonderful day.
Have a better one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning, and we are talking about addressing your parents by their first name. Do you do it? If so, when did you start doing it? Do you feel like you should never do it? If so, why? 603-749-0975 is our number. Good morning. What's your name?
Hey, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe. What's on your mind?
So the parent name thing. So for me, I've always called my parents mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
There's been
traditional.
A couple of times where I would call my mom Karen, which is her name. But it would be like, not in like a serious way, kind of more of just like joking around kind of a thing. And so I have 2 kids of my own, and I feel like I've earned the title as dad.
Yes.
For sure.
You know, like I feel like I earned that.
I was saying kind of the same thing earlier, that I'm just like kind of still in disbelief that I am someone's mom. So I'm soaking up hearing that, you know, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't care what other people call their parents. But for me, like I said, I call my parents mom and dad. And then my kids, they call me dad. I almost said mom and dad. That'd be kind of weird.
Maybe you're both some days. You could be tapping into your motherly energy.
Shout out Mr. Mom, Lone Star.
Yeah.
But you know, bottom line, you don't want them to call you anything besides dad because you think that's a title that you've earned the right way.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that take. No one said that, but I like that a lot.
It's wholesome, and we like it.
I'm glad I got to add that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's great to hear from you. Thank you for making us a part of your busy morning. We don't take it for granted.
Oh, I appreciate you taking the call.
Have a great day, Dad.
Hey, thank you.
He's not your dad.
Well, I don't know.
But if someone calls me dad, I take it as a compliment.
All right, Dad. See ya.
Bye, Daddy. No, it's weird when I do it. Okay.
No, see, that's the line.
Okay, fine. See you later. John from Londonderry. What's on your mind?
I think you should always call your parents mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
Always?
Always.
What if they're a bad parent?
Ooh, they didn't earn that title.
I still would call them mom and dad. Like my kids' football team parents call me Papa Nut.
Papa Nut?
Nutton. N-U-T-T-O-N.
Oh, that's a little
Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Papa Nutton.
It kind of rolls off the tongue.
Can we call you that?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, Papa Nutton. Well, thanks for chiming in with something.
That was cute. Have a great day. Thanks for making us a part of yours.
Yeah, you have a great day, too.
Bye.
It's a good guy, that P-Nutty.
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 We have fun, don't we?
My dog.
That's my
dog.
dog. P-Nutty for life. If you have a comment, Tyler Hubbard, Dancing in the Country, on your number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan. It is the morning time, and it's that time for us to say farewell. Oh, farting is such sweet sorrow. But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. That's what we do. It is time for compliments, double downs, and apologies. Brought to you by Merchants Auto in Hooksett, New Hampshire. I am going to compliment a little lady who goes by the name of Jessica. Jessica. She played Can't Beat Kira today and won Dirk Bentley tickets. And it's been a minute since someone has had this surprised, astonished, delighted, excited reaction when winning tickets. Winning tickets is exciting, but I think sometimes, and I'm not knocking our contestants, we love each and every one of them equally, but they kind of know that if they're chosen to play the game, there's a really good chance that they're going to win the ticket, so they're not that surprised at the end.
Correct.
But Jessica was, and it was really wholesome. So this is when she had to say the phrase of shame.
My name's Jessica. I'm from Goffstown, and I can't beat Kira. But I tried you.
She was clapping. She was clapping because she already knows.
She knew.
You're going to see Dirk Bentley.
Yay!
Oh, I love this energy out of you. Wholesome. Have a great time.
All right, thank you so much.
You could just hear the excitement. She was absolutely beaming, smile, ear to ear, and we love that. It's one of our favorite parts of the job, to give you tickets.
You know, I think it's important to say also, like, a lot of people, Kira, tune into us to lift them up in the morning. Like, I think that's sort of the job as what we do on the radio is to bring people smiles and put them in as good of a mood as we can going into work or wherever they're going.
Because mornings are tough.
But it is not your responsibility as a listener by any means, but it helps us do our job when we get people like Jessica making our day feel good, making us feel just happy in the morning. So, yeah, big shout out to Jess for lifting our spirits.
So true. Thanks for saying that. Mm-hmm. What do you have, my guy?
Complimenting Joe. We were talking today earlier on the show about what you call your parents, because I call my mom Vicky, and I call my dad Dad or Papa Wood. But at any rate, we were talking about kids calling their parents by the first name and how parents felt about it. And I loved Joe's take. Here it is.
And so I have two kids of my own, and I feel like I've earned the title as dad.
And I think there's a huge difference between father and dad. And I love the fact that Joe said that he's earned the title as dad, because it is a title that you have to earn.
Snaps. Go off.
Go off, Joe.
Go all the way off, Joe. all the way off and come back here tomorrow. You too. So Logan and I will be back here tomorrow to chat with you on a hump day, bump day. Ooh, this week's going by fast.
And Friday, the 4th. Come on, baby.
May the 4th be with you. Oh, wrong holiday. Ginny Rogers is up next. So is 30 Minutes of New Country on 97.5 WOKQ. But don't you forget it all day long today. Who loves ya?
We do.
On 97.5 WOKQ.